All divorced dads are useless.
Is the child safe with the father? Hi, my name is Ram. I've been divorced for 3 years and I have a 6-year-old daughter.
My name is Engku Muhammad Nasrun and I've been divorced for 5 years. And I have a 13-year-old son.
When I first realized that I was going to become a divorced dad, obviously it was a shock. It took everyone by surprise, took me by surprise. First thing that I actually first thought was the immense responsibility that I would have to have in raising a little 6-year-old, at that time was 3-year-old, little 3-year-old girl.
Well, I was divorced once and then reconciled after 10 months. Then a year after we reconciled, I divorced again. So for the first time, it was scary, uncharted territories. A lot was going through my mind, and in the middle of it, I thought about how my life was going to change after, and will I ever have the freedom to see my son again. But for the second divorce, it was less of a mess. I was able to prepare. You can say that it's more like pain management now.
A lot of the fears that were running through my head at that time was basically how I'm going to raise her by myself, and how am I going to face the world judging me being a dad raising a little girl.
Reality really hits you that you're going to be sleeping alone, the bed is cold on the other side, and then you won't have that kid of yours around with you. He was very young and we were quite close. I was enjoying being a dad. I was really looking forward to be a dad. So not having your kid around is like losing your life force.
Well, initially it was a very calm approach, and it was done with her mother around also at that time. We slowly weaned her into that understanding that the mom is slowly going to not be in the picture on weekdays, and then weekends she would be there.
For the second divorce, I guess he sort of understood, because before we come up with that decision that we are no longer compatible, of course there were a bit of friction that he can see. We had a discussion first, and then we called him in, sat him down and laid out everything, saying that, look, daddy has got to take care of grandma again. So this is what's going to happen. Don't worry, daddy get to see you, and mommy will take good care of you, and you have access to me 24/7. Definitely he cried, but he knows that it's going to be the same, but I promise him that it's going to be even better because we lay down few terms.
I think it took her about 2 to 3 weeks to completely understand what was going on, but in that 2 to 3 weeks, she used to ask me every day, where's mom? Why isn't mom coming home today? Why do I only see mom on the weekends? Would tell her that, those mom and dad are just friends, and I say it so calmly here, but when it was happening, I was actually in tears, and it was a very distraught moment for both me and the little girl, right? Because you try your best to protect her from the ugly world outside, but it's very hard to protect her from the ugly world when the ugly world is right here at home, right? With the whole divorce. I'd always try to reassure her with love and say that, we love you, it's nothing to do with you. Both me and ex-wife discussed, and we both agreed that I would be more suitable in taking care of her, because part of the reason why we got divorced is because she was trying to find us out. When we brought it up with the lawyers said that it's not an issue as long as the mom is willing to give the custody, and my ex-wife was willing to give me custody. We've
agreed that the custody is with my ex-wife, but I have no restriction whatsoever to meet him whenever I want. So I get him every Friday up until Sunday, over every weekend, not just school holiday, like public holiday. I get first date, and he also sometimes would request for the mom to actually extend.
I'm actually a very hands-on, full-on dad. I send her to school, I pick her up, and I do everything. I help. Only on the days that I'm flying, I get my parents to help me out.
For school events, school meetings, me and my ex-wife still attend together. Even sports day or whatever that involves him, we have to make sure that each other put an effort to attend. And so far, yes. WhatsApp channel, if you can take a look at it, it's very casual. It's like nothing happened. All of us keep chatting and bantering and send jokes to each other. inform each other. That's one thing that we put an effort to make sure that the lessen the impact on him.
I needed to be involved in my daughter's life, so I quit. I quit my career in the commercial line, and I joined a smaller, less frequent flying airline, a cargo airline that's based closer to home, closer to where I stay, right? So there's less travel. I had to take that big pay cut and quit my job.
This is the new one that we bonded over. It's a business venture that I did it out of curiosity and fun, and get him involved as well. And he's pretty good at it. It's something that I thought that I should have gotten this earlier.
It's one of my biggest fears of being a single dad was how is my divorce going to affect my little girl, right? Whether she will have any behavioral changes. If the divorce would cause her to act up, start becoming a bratty child, or a spoiled child.
I always fear that I could not be there for him as quickly as I can. That's the biggest fear.
It's the fear of how are people going to treat my little girl, knowing that she's raised by a single dad. Are they going to discriminate her? Are they going to make fun of her at school?
I think this is something that every father shares. I mean, we always fear that we're not good enough, or we are not able to be the right role model for our kid. But at the end of the day, they are your kid.
I'm quite strict when it comes to studies. Yeah. Only when it comes to studies, but everything else, she's a child. She's 6. So I try not to enforce what our parents back in the day used to do to us, right? Like there's no rotan, there's nothing of that sort. It's more of talking to rather than beating. Yeah.
I'm a very logical and stern. I prefer to explain things to him, what's good, what's bad, what normally people do, so that he can make his own decision. He's a very free-spirited child. I guess that's something that me and my ex-wife impart, and we manage that. If you ask him personally, he will tell you that mommy, of course, is more garang than me. We sometimes play good cop, bad cop.
Oh, well, the best thing about being a dad is coming home and having that little girl just hug you and tell you that she loves you, and having a chat with her.
Okay, come for my birthday, yeah?
Of course I'll come for your birthday.
Having her look at you with so much admiration and just so much of love.
Having someone you can share your experience with, impart your values and beliefs, shaping your legacy. I hope one day he has good stories to tell to his children about me.
I've come across so many misconceptions about being a single dad, especially me being a single dad with a little girl, right? I've got people coming up to me and saying, how did you get custody of the child? Is the child safe with the father, with you raising the child? Everyone automatically thinks that, the reason for the cause of the divorce is me, because I'm the guy.
And all divorced dads are useless, and all divorced dads they neglect their children's well-being. I always get that surprised look when I say that I'm a single dad, and everybody thought that, are you serious? I said, yeah, but your son is here. Yeah. So what's wrong with that?
It used to frustrate me a lot. It used to make me very angry. But as I grew older, and as Ishana grew older, I just realized, what? It really doesn't matter. They can say whatever they want to say. In the end, I love my daughter with all my heart, and she loves me with all her heart.
I have no regrets, actually. I wouldn't change it, because it made me who I am today. It made who my boy is, and I hope my ex-wife finds her happiness.
I don't regret. Everything that I've gone through was an experience, and it's led me here today, right? Me and my ex-wife, we work better as friends rather than when we were married.
Take one day at a time. Focus on your well-being, and then your child. Nothing else matters. That's the big why that you keep going. Yeah, here's your big why. If you're ever in doubt, just think, what would your children say about you to their children in the future? So always be awesome, and sadness, like any other things in life, it shall pass. So don't give up.
Whoever's going through this, it's a struggle. It's a real struggle, but it's not impossible. if a single mom can do it, a single dad can do it. You know, there's no stigma, there's no rule book that says, you know, a single dad cannot do it. So don't give up, and, you know, don't be afraid to ask for help, right? Don't be afraid to seek support, especially from family. Hey guys, if you liked the video, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe here, and also follow us on our Instagram account at saysvideos. Bye.